Hey guys, Professor Benson here. Just wanted to talk about recording or doing the final project. So I just wanted to go through it. So I'm down here in modules, and then down at the end here I've got the final project. And then in yesterday's class I got everyone started on it and explaining it. And I actually walked through like creating different things for about an hour, and so you can actually see me. I'd watch it at double speed, but you can watch it here on that Zoom video. But just wanted to walk through it. So you'll see right here under the final project that this description. I'm going to be putting the video I'm recording right now right here. But the idea is that so normally in this class I have students create their own project, and usually it's something related to their work or their job search or something, and so they actually have to go collect the data, download it, clean it, do the whole thing, and then test a couple hypotheses. Because this, as you know, summer block classes are just they're 14-week classes compressed to 7 weeks. There just isn't a lot of time, and so in this case I'm doing a prepackaged project rather. And what you're going to do is this is a project that students did last semester. One of them was an artist, or his roommate was an artist, and made music. And so the question came up: how has Spotify changed music? And and two hypotheses, and you're going to test both of them, is that songs have gotten shorter over time, and the question is, does this shortening correlate with the rise of Spotify? And then artists have added more songs per album. And since no one buys CDs anymore, what's an album anyway? So we'll go to this Word document first, and then I'm going to show you the data, and then I've also given you some websites as well. But if we look here, this is on the Word document. Here's some articles about how Spotify is changing the way music is going, and the importance of getting on Spotify playlists. So this audio doxide or audio oxide article is quite good, and then these two articles in the Guardian argue that there's sort of three testable hypotheses, and you can look at these as to the reasons it gives for why. But one of them is that that songs are shorter, that there are more songs per album. One that I am not going to have you test is that there are more versions of the same song. So when you come out with a song, there's an acoustic version, a dance version, the chill version. Anyway, there's all sorts of versions, so you can get on different playlists. And actually another one that I'm not having you test is that because people are so quick to press forward and go to the next song on their list, that they will the intros to songs have gotten shorter so that you get to the good part, quote unquote, faster. Okay. This is where we downloaded the data, and then what I'm going to show you right now is the analysis to do, and then you're gonna upload the spreadsheet, but you're also going to create a 6 to 8 or 9 slide deck, and here are the slides that you'll do. So one's going to say you're going to act as if you had come up with this project on your own and were presenting it to me. Okay, so you've got this overview, right? Increasing number of people have gotten their music from streaming. Over time, Spotify has become the dominant online streaming platform. So, Spotify's changed the incentives. Do these artists respond to incentives? So, this one and this one, you might combine into a single slide, which is here's the hypotheses that we're testing, and here's why. So you'll need to check those articles to see why they think it's happening. We collected the following data, so you've got, I'm going to give you, no, you didn't collect it, you're going to clean it, but I'm giving it to you. But just act as if you had cleaned it. So there's data about Spotify subscribers or users, data about the top 30 songs each year for 2000, 2005, and then 2011 through 2019, and then data about, here's the top 30 albums per year and the number of songs per album. You're going to give me an overview with the descriptive statistics, and I'll show you, it's going to end up looking, you're going to give me some data like this and the, some charts. And then, the regressions, and then here's what we found. And, so you explain songs did or did not get shorter. and by how much, and you're going to interpret the regression coefficients, and then albums, they did or did not add more songs. So the data I've given you as a, let's see, is this the student one? Yes. So you're going to put your regression results in the song length one here, and the regressions about the albums. In this README file, I have, you're going to make sure there's t-test, the scatter chart, bar chart, and so on. And then this one has Spotify subscribers per year. So these are the premium subscribers. And then you've got song lengths here and the top albums here. Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and hit Control Home. Now, you're going to want to, we're going to need to change this data, or not change it, but we're going to need to put it in a format where we can easily run some statistics or the charts, or run the regressions. And so what we're going to do is, I'm just going to show you on mine. You're going to want it looking something like this, where we have them all in a row. Okay, and then much like if you were in class or did the Zoom, there's a Zoom video I'll post where we created dummy variables, and this was testing, how good is PB Blaster or WD-40 or Liquid Wrench. But essentially, we're going to create a yes/no variable. It's 1 if the year is 2000, in this case here, and 0 otherwise. And I just called these DS, like DS song lengths and DS top 50. The DS stands for data sheet, and it just makes it easier to refer to. So if I create, I've done the first few right here, but all I'm doing is we've got these headers, okay, year, song title, artist, length of song in seconds. I'm going to show you that in a second. We're going to bring over the Spotify subscribers, and then this year 2000. And so let's just go ahead. In fact, I'm just going to go delete all of these. And all I did was I went to the song lengths, and I just copied this just like that. Copy, paste. Okay. And then I'm going to change, I don't need this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm going to change these to 2019. So you'll notice here, if I select it and then hit, if I type in 2019 in this first cell, if I hit Control Enter, I think it's Command Enter on a Mac, but Control Enter on a PC, and it will automatically fill those all in. And I'm going to go ahead and that way so that's, I'm indenting it. That way I can see them. But then, so now I just go back. In fact, I'm going to move this right next to the data sheet so that it's easy for me. Oops, it's easy for me to go back and forth with this. So now I'm going to do 2018 and just go here. Okay. And again, I'm just going to select all of those, type 2018 and Control Enter. I'm not going to format it right now. I'm going to format it all at the end. And then I'm going to do 2017, and then we'll, come back. Now, going at this is a little bit of a time machine where you're sort of like, oh, really? This Ed Sheeran, Despacito came out in 2017. Shape of You came out in 2017. It feels like it was more recent than that, and you're going to see a lot of that, okay? Now, the only reason I created this I underlined between the groups, and you're seeing, so I'm just clicking here and doing a bottom border, I'll show you in a second. Okay, so our next thing, now, you're going to need to do this for all the years, right? And that'll make it easy for us to do the t-tests and then the regressions. But the first thing we need to do is convert this 2 minutes and 37 seconds into seconds. And there's a couple things I just need to show you here, which is if I copy, I'm going to go, you see I'm over here in S4. If I put 06-00 and hit enter, Excel records that as 6 a.m. And in fact, actually what it's recording is what fraction of a 24-hour day is 6 a.m.? And so 6 a.m. is 1/4 of 24 hours. And so actually what is sitting in that cell is 0.25 actually. So if I were to change this to a number, it's actually sitting there at 0.25. And if I put it at noon, right, it's actually sitting there at, if I were to change this to a number, it's at 0.5. Okay, so that's actually what's sitting in this cell, is what fraction of a day is it? And so the way you convert it, and this is going to seem a little weird at first. So I'll show you sort of as part of that is that 24 hours in a day times 60 minutes is 1,440 minutes in a day. So actually, if I multiply this by 1,440, what I've done is I've converted this to essentially hours, and then by multiplying it by 60 is how many minutes is 2 hours and 37 minutes. So I'll just go ahead and, okay. But it also turns out that 2 minutes and 37 seconds is the same thing as 157 seconds, and that's what this is capturing, and that's all we need. Okay. So you're just going to multiply everything by 1440, and when you do, and then double click, so once you've done all of these, you'll see it's automatically converted these into minutes, or seconds in this case. Okay. So then if we need to create, okay, so this is 2019, so I need these to all be zeros, like this, and so I'm selecting the whole range, and I'm going to hit 0 and then Control Enter or Command Enter on a Mac, and it'll fill all those in. We could use an if function, but I think this will be easier and faster for you. And then here for 2019, I've selected the cells, I hit 1 and Control Enter. And this is why I put those line breaks, is it just is easier for me now to see, oh, here's where 2018 is, and so for 2018, I always fill in the ones first. So this is going to be 0, Control Enter, and then this whole range is going to be 0, Control Enter, and it fills it in, right? And then this last one, again, I'm going to do, I fill in the ones first, and then 0, Control Enter, and then 0, Control Enter. So is this tedious? Yes, it is. But normally doing these projects, I would have made you go collect this data. Like one of the members of the group went for each year and grabbed the top 30 songs and the time, like how many minutes it ran, the length of the song. And you don't have to do that. You just have to clean this up and then run the regressions. If we want to then, so I created a range here called Spotify, and it gives me the year and the Spotify subscribers. So naturally back here I can say is equal to VLOOKUP. And then I'm going to look up 2019. And then where do I want to look it up? I'm going to look it up in Spotify. And then I want the third column because, so it went year, and then the subscribers is in the third column. So that's what I'm going to say. I want the third column, and then I want an exact match. So false. And then I can just copy and paste that down, and it'll automatically give me, now when I bring the years over, this will fill, but that's what we're doing. Okay. So I'm going to show you in the next video. I will go ahead and show you how to do the how to create this table. So this down here, I'm just saying average, and in fact, all of these, I'm just saying. In fact, let me just go ahead and do this one now. This is equal to, so I end up naming the range that has the song length in seconds. So in this one, I've already done. So now what that means is I can just say it's equal to the average song length in seconds right? And then I can do it for, this one is going to be the median. This one is going to be the min. This one's going to be the max. And then this one's going to be the standard deviation sample. Okay. Now to do this one, I'll just go ahead and delete these, it's equal to average if. And so what I want to do is I want to look up, I also created one called years. I called it years because there is a year function, and I wanted to make sure this was separate. So this is all the years. So now I just say is equal to average ifs, or average if, no s, and I say I want to look up in the years range, look for the year 2000, and if you find it, what I want you to average is the song length in seconds. Okay, so there, 254.9. You saw it now fill in this chart, and so now as I go, okay, so on this one, I've got the average song length by year, and then we would need to go, once I've done this, we need to add we can just do it right here. I can add the axis titles because I want to say this is the year, and then on the vertical axis, or on this axis is the song length in seconds. Okay, and so what you see here, I had a trend line in here already. Oops, I don't need that to be, backspace that. Okay. It does look like they're declining, although you sort of see this space here, it didn't decline much, and then it's sort of coming down, especially 2017, 2018, 2019. So we're going to go ahead and test that with regression and t-test, but for right now, we've got, it looks like they go down. We're going to create a scatter plot looking at Spotify premium subscribers. I'm going to actually have you do it. Let's just go ahead and have you do this with all of those, because that's what our regression will give us. And so now on here I've added a trend line, and I add the linear model, and so it looks like the way to interpret this is for every million subscribers, the songs decline by about 1/3 of a second, which seems short, not very much, but essentially this is going to up to, they've got 124 million subscribers in 2019, and so that's why, for here they added 30 million subscribers, and songs got, they added 30 million subscribers, and what the songs got 8 plus 8, 16 million, 16 seconds shorter. Right, so this is just taking sort of the average of that. And then in the next one, I'll show you how to do the t-test and some of the regressions. So with that, good luck on that good luck on the project. I hope you learned stuff with this, and I will talk with you soon. All right, thanks.